To the Hobie in the Afternoon experiment, creating experiments that may well one day be for the betterment of all mankind, but so far has taken our young intern into the bathroom 6 times today alone. I am very privileged right now to have a presidential candidate for the United States of America on the show today, and due to the nature of the people, even during the coronavirus here in South Florida and the Florida Keys, this man is pretty much everybody's candidate. His name is Vermin Supreme, and I am excited to have him on the experiment today. Vermin, how are you today?
Hey, kids, it's me, Vermin Supreme from the internet.
Vermin from the internet. Wow.
Absolutely. I am totally from the internet. Occasionally, though, they let me out. And in this instance, I have managed to get onto your airwaves. So that's very exciting.
We're pretty excited, too. Is this your first time running for a president or office in general?
Au contraire, my fine feathered friend. No, sirree. I have been running for one office and or another since 1987 when I ran for mayor of Baltimore, Maryland. And I ran for several other more local offices, but I've generally been running for the office of the presidency since 1992 and 96 and 2000 and 2004 and 2008 and 2012 and 2016, and now it's 2020, and I'm running again.
Would you have you for a vice presidential candidate? Have you made your choice yet? Because I'd like to recommend Wilford Brimley.
Wilford Brimley would be a highly qualified candidate.
You know what I mean? Just throw him in there.
I would put him in charge of. Perhaps we could put him in charge of the healthcare system.
Well, yeah, he's a big fat bastard. He once did a commercial for grape nut cereal, which is like health food, and he weighed like 400 pounds. And I was like, Will, babe, I'm not taking nutritional advice from a guy the size of a Volkswagen. So if he can sell us that, I think he might be in there for this. Vermin, what is your background?
Oh, and he is a meme. I mean, the fact that he's a meme is a very important thing because I'm hoping to replace Congress with a council of memes. And finding an actual living meme who's known as something, because a lot of memes wouldn't really be proper in a legislative body, like Grumpy Cat or and so there's a lot, but there's a fair amount of human memes that are actually humans. Now, of course, some are just photographs of humans that people have labeled and made different things, the Irma God Girl or Bad Luck Brian or Scumbag Steve and the like. But some memes are actual people who did actual things to become memes, sort of like David and the Dentist and Jimmy McMillan, Rent is Too Damn High, or Antoine Dobson, the Bedroom Intruder guy, or Sweet Honey Brown with ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm hoping to replace Congress with a council of memes. They work much cheaper.
Right.
I'm not really sure how it would actually work, and it's totally unconstitutional, of course, but we are rapidly approaching a time in U.S. history when it won't matter anymore.
And you don't have to worry about memes taking bribes, neither. So, you know. Oh, no,
the memes weren't cheap, believe you me. And, of course, yes, I've been running for over 30 years. It's been I don't want to call it a facetious or satirical campaign. That would be tipping my hand. But, yes, I am generally recognized as a highly respected political satirist who has used a magical boot. Now, some people ask me about the boot.
I was just about to.
Yes, well, I'm very glad that you asked me about that, the boot that I wear on my head, and it is, in fact, true. I am the presidential candidate that does, in fact, wear a rubber boot on my head, and that really sets me apart from the crowd, if you will, because I'd say I'm with confidence that I am, in fact, the only candidate who does, in fact, wear a boot on my head. And, of course, it serves a number of different purposes. It is a signifier that what I might be approaching somebody with might not be totally linear, and especially it's a communication strategy that I have developed that has allowed me to amplify my free speech, First Amendment voice exponentially, communicate with millions of people around the globe, and interact with media around the flat Earth.
Wow! And so is it a left boot or the right boot on your head?
It's neither. It's a centrist boot.
Center boot. I like that.
It's right in the middle. Mm-hmm. And of course, some people want to know if there's some sort of alien underneath the boot that is somehow controlling my movement and thought. And of course, the answer is no. The boot itself is the alien entity, which is form fitted onto my skull.
I get you. I get that, and I wish I had one myself. Right now, do you get Vermin Supreme? You hear about these people running for president, and they have these dinners that are like $10,000 a plate, and they give you like squab, which is a flying rat or something like that. And do you get big? Do you have big donors to the campaign?
Not as big as I would like. Of course, individual donors can kick down up to like $2,700, I think, in an election cycle,
Hmm.
and I do not have enough of those. However, I will say this because this election year, and it is arguable that all my previous campaigns were in fact not real, that were pretend, that were based on the zombie power and the free ponies for all Americans,
I
the
got you.
mandatory toothbrushing laws.
I am
Uh,
interested in both of those things a little bit later on down the road because I want a pony.
Certainly, certainly. And but this election cycle is different because it is my first real campaign. I have been recruited by a number of libertarians, friends that I work with, to actually be a serious candidate, as serious as I can be.
Hmm.
And for the past year and a half, I've actually been in the running. There's an easy dozen plus candidates that are running for the libertarian nomination.
Hmm.
But because of the notoriety that I have developed by my strategy of crazy attire and wacky talking points and interacting with the real politicians, if you will, and go on and milking that for what it's worth, then I believe that I'm able to make a legitimate offer to the Libertarian Party as a candidate, and they are seriously considering it. And that is, I think that's a great testimony to whatever it is that I've been doing for so long seems to somehow be working, because I find myself to be one of the front runners.
Now,
Wow.
last week you were supposed to come on, and you had something conflicting with it, according to your manager right there. And we said one time on this show that presidential candidate Vermin Supreme was going to be on, and we got well over 600 just emails besides other forms of social media. So you got people that are voting for you, and it says here that if you win, if you you can, you're going to give everybody a toothbrush and a pony. And I'm interested in. I have a toothbrush. I've never had a pony before. Right now,
Well, sir,
is there a stockade somewhere?
If you like your toothbrush, you can keep your
Ha!
toothbrush.
I get that. Yeah, but
But as you can well imagine, gingivitis has been eroding the gum line of this great nation of ours, and must be stopped. For too long, our country has been suffering a great moral and oral decay in spirit and in incisors. A country's future depends on its ability to bite back. We can no longer be a nation indentured. Our very salvation is at stake. So please, won't you join me as we brace ourselves and bite the bullet? Let us together cross over the bridge work into the 23rd century, and may we become a sea of shiny, smiling, shiny, smiling, smiling, shiny, 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 smiling, 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 shiny, 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 smiling, 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 smiling faces from sea to shining sea. Now, friends, do not be fooled by false teeth prophets. This mandatory toothbrushing law is not about the secret dental police kicking down your door at 3 a.m. to make sure that you've brushed. No, it is not. It is not about the dental re-education centers. It's not about the preventative dental maintenance detention facilities. It is not about the government-issued toothpaste containing an addictive yet harmless substance. And let me assure you this right now, that this mandatory toothbrushing law has nothing to do with the DNA gene splicing to create a race of winged monkeys to act as tooth fairy enforcers for your and your children's safety, of course.
So what you're advocating here is a nation with better breath, who ride ponies, and you like people to take care of their teeth better. And I couldn't be more in support of any of that right now. Vermin,
Thank you,
do you
sir.
have like a full-time job besides running for president? I have to ask because everybody's a gig economy these days. So
Oh, sure. In the past, I have done some house painting and odd jobs and things of that nature. Currently, I'm pretty straight up committed to this run because it is a
right.
very serious
Uh-huh.
run, and of course, the beautiful thing about running, one of the beautiful things if you're running for president, is you can actually form a political entity with the FEC, Federal Election Commission, and that allows you to raise and spend money for your campaign and for legitimate campaign expenses only, of course. But this election year, between last year and this, I have raised more money than I had spent on all 30 years of previous campaigning.
Hmm.
So the more that people give me, the more I can spend. And we spent that traveling around the country, going to the various Libertarian state party conventions and taking part in Libertarian debates with the other candidates. And so it's become a much more real campaign with much more legitimacy, if you will, and the opportunity for people to give me money. VerminSupreme2020.com.
Hmm.
We accept Bitcoin, and if people give me money, I am allowed to spend it on the campaign, be that through ridiculous billboards or travel or anything really. Ponies. I could buy myself a pony
Hmm.
and spray paint Vermin Supreme 2020 on it, and it would magically become a legitimate campaign expense
Hmm.
that we could spend money that people gave us on.
So
Crazy,
you
huh?
could get sandwiches if you wanted, or pretzels and stuff like that too.
Between you and me, absolutely. That's a legitimate campaign expense when I'm traveling and I'm in the airport. I have indeed put up receipts for actual meals in airports because that's part of traveling and being a candidate and all.
Now, Vermin,
Uh,
do you a presidential candidate or not have a favorite sandwich? Hmm.
I am going to say the boot in Rollins, and that is a sandwich that is thematically named after me,
Mm-hmm.
and it's at the Chicago Bagel Authority,
Mm-hmm.
and I
You got
believe
a
it's
sandwich
ham
named
and
after you?
yes, well, it's not named the Vermin Supreme because I don't think you can really name food products Vermin and expect to
Yeah.
have people
It
actually
would
eat
lead
them.
people down the wrong road.
But but the sandwich is on a sandwich board. It has my picture with it, and they actually offer a toothbrush with the sandwich.
Wow. Vermin, can we talk again? My producer just told me that we're 7 minutes past the 7 minutes we were supposed to do here. We're at about 14 minutes here, but can we talk again? You are absolutely amazing. I'm totally going to vote for you, and I have a trillion weird questions to ask from you, and I'm going to get some from our listeners who are equally as weird as you and I put together right now, and maybe we could throw something together in another week or two if you have time. I realize you're running for
Oh,
president.
because this is such a short little burst of interview, and I have so many things to say,
I'll bet
I
you.
will have to say yes, of course. I would be more than happy to come back on. I mean, Florida, I think it's a battleground state, and of course, I definitely want to give the opportunity to people to seriously uh, check me out. Check out the Libertarian Party at lp.org/platform. It's the first time I've ever filled for a political party. It's a party that has a natural agreement and that I have a natural affinity with because it's a party of anarchists and minarchists.
There
And
you go.
so there you go. As an
Oh,
anarchist, heck yeah.
hey, listen, man, this has been cool talking with you. And if this this invisible killer goes away right now, you would fit perfectly into the Florida Keys. And there's a lot more people here than people know about because no one fills out the census report. So,
Oh yes, in 2016, I debated Love 22
oh, I
up
know
here in
Love
Boston.
22. Yeah,
Yes, we had a debate on a local Boston sports radio station. It was pretty good.
I like you better. Anyway, this is Vermin Supreme. He said we could talk to him again, and we will set that up with your management, dude. Best of
Thank
luck
you,
for
and
this.
check out VerminSupreme2020.com. That's your best bet. And check out the documentary Vermin Supreme. That's on Vimeo. because there's a lot of layers to what I do, apparently, I think, and some are interesting and some are just stupid and ridiculous. But hey, it's all good.
I love you, man. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Best of luck. Vermin Supreme, candidate for President of the United States of America.
You're listening